Assalamu alaikum dear students, hope you will be fine and enjoying good health. Today we have selected a new topic for you, that is a modern literature, and it comes after Victorian period. How was the Victorian period ended? We can refer with the death of Queen Victoria in 1901, but it was actually already ended in 1900. So we can start the modern literature from 1900 to 1961. What are the different changes and the characteristic, and how the modern literature is different from the Victorian literature, we will discuss in today's lecture. Okay, first of all, modern literature. It started from the beginning of 20th century and it followed the Victorian age. The most important characteristic of the modern literature is that it is opposed to the general attitude of life and its problem adopted by the Victorian writer. So please keep in your mind that whatever we have in the Victorian age, whatever we have read in the Romanticism, in the 18th century literature, modern literature is actually giving a new concept and thought towards the world. Style is new, theme is new, and we can say all the other values that had been kept before this one, they were being ruined by this age and people. So here we can say this rebellious mood affected modern literature, which was directed by mental attitude, moral ideas, and spiritual values. Mean actually the modern people, their rebellious mood, they affected all the moral, mental, and spiritual values. They shattered them, they destructed them, and they had given a new type of concept in this era. And why it happened? Because everything was questioned. They were having the sense of doubt, skepticism, and we also read in the later Victorian period that this sense was started from that time, but actually it was at the peak in this era. So we can say that all the standards of the artistic workmanship of and the aesthetic appreciation all underwent after the radical changes. So now we will read the different comparison among the Victorians and the modernists. There are so many difference among these two ages, these two people, and their style, their thought, each and everything was different, and how it happened. So we will discuss later. Okay, now we are going to talk first change, that what the Victorian had considered honorable and beautiful, their children, mean the modern people considered them mean and ugly. First change. Next, Victorian accepted the voice of authority, acknowledged the rule of expert in religion, in politics, in literature, and family life. They were ready to affirm and confirm. Mean these are the qualities of the Victorian, but when we compare with the modern people, they rejected and questioned each in each field. They showed readiness to accept their words as face value without critical examination. This was their attitude towards religion and science. They believed in truth revealed in Bible and accepted the new scientific theories as propounded by Darwin and others. On the other hand, 20th century mind did not take anything for granted. They questioned everything. Here the simple thing that they are telling, that when we argue and when we want to raise a question on each or everything, on every field, on on each person, so there must be a sense of, we can say, uncertainty in the atmosphere, and this is actually happened, that they didn't follow religion, they accepted the scientific theories, but also they were not, to some extent they need proof of each and everything. So this is the reason they became distracted. Next, this is the next difference, attitude of the self complacency. Here we can say that they are talking about the self satisfaction, that the Victorian people were self satisfied because of their effort, because of their progress, because of their outcomes that they were having from the atmosphere, from the people. But what happened in the 20th century, the disintegration of the values, we discussed earlier that they rejected all the values, all the moral or the spiritual or the cultural values. So what happened then? There is a new sense of element came into being, that is a material approach. Yes, and we can say that the young men who were being taught by the elders to prize the things of the spirit above worldly prosperity found in actual experience that nothing could be attained without money. This is actually the dilemma of that people, that they prefer the spiritualism, they rejected the spiritualism, they rejected the religion, they rejected all the values, and they just value money. Material prosperity had become the basis of social standing. And here, by the Dr. Johnson, he said that opulence excludes, but one evil poverty. Mean if we exclude wealth from one's life, we would be only having the poverty, that is an evil. Samuel Butler also says that money is like antenna. Without it, the human insect loses touch with its environment. Mean we couldn't achieve anything in the life. But actually, this was a wrong theory. But unfortunately, we have adopted this one. He who would acquire scholarship or the gentility must first acquire cash. In order to make the best of himself, the average youth must first make money. And this is actually the vision and mission of everyone nowadays, to make money. All the people want to become a successful person or a businessman or jobbian, just to earn money. He would have to sacrifice to possessiveness the qualities which should render possession worthwhile. So here we can say they have just implemented the value of money towards the spirituality or nature. Next reference, family circle declined. Yes, the Victorians believe in the sanctity of the human home life, family life. But what happened the next one, the sentiments for the family life was declined. Young men and women who realized the prospect of financial independence, mean they preferred money, they preferred the financial independence rather than having the family, refused to submit to parental authority, and considered domestic life as too narrow to have someone. So therefore, who they began early to earn their living got greater opportunity of mixing with each other, and therefore they rejected the family life. Next one is the disintegration of values. Here we can say that the result of the modern writer, they could not longer write in old manner, because the old people were having the sentiments, they were using the different themes, they were using the social themes, and they were also talking about, if you can revise, so recall the George Eliot, you may that she is she touches the psychological themes. So here we can say all the things were replaced: natural beauty, the sentiments of home, the divine love, the life, the classical scholarship, the communication with all was declined, and they were running the risk of striking a false note. And therefore, if they treated the same theme, they had to do in a different manner and evoke different thoughts and emotion. But they must have to build that platform before this one, that the people were not ready to take to engulf the previous literature. Therefore, it must take time to build a new one. Impact of science, yes, as we came to know that in the Victorian age, the science and technology were progressing day by day. So here we can say that impact of scientific thought was mainly responsible for the attitude for interrogation and disintegration of old values. In such sense, when we can say that the science, the research and all this happen in the labs. What happened that they first make the hypothesis, and hypothesis might be the positive or negative, having the different result, but hypothesis mean making the question. So to some extent we can say that the impact of science, the argumentation, the hypothesis or this sense came from the scientific technology or scientific inventions. So here are the different physical and biological conclusions of great scientists like Darwin, Lyell and Huxley created the impression the new generation that universe looks like a causal bundle, that human life on our inhospitable globe is an accident due to unknown causes. We can say that there is always a fight among the religion and science, and therefore science is saying that not nature not as a system planned by divine architect, but as a powerful but blind, pitiless and wasteful force. So here we can say they are rejecting the existence of God, and this is actually the destructive point for the 20th century people. Next, age of machine, the major difference again. So 20th century is also known as the age of machine. Machine has no doubt dominated in all the areas, all the fields of our life. It facilitated us, giving us so many easiness in the life. So we can say the modern man has now to live by the clock, applying his energy not according to the mood and impulse, but according to the time scheme. So this is actually happening nowadays, that all the ideas are found expressed in modern literature, because the modern 20th century author has to reflect this atmosphere, and he finds little help from the 19th century. Another important factor in that was influenced with the modern is the large number of poor people of poor classes who were educated by the state. Here they are talking about the Reform Act that was passed in 1832, in which the rights to the middle class were also given, and as middle class was progressed, so they also worked on the poor people. So what happened when the poor class was also educated? In order to meet their demand, the reading of the publishers of early 20th century began whole series of cheaply reprinted classics. So therefore they are talking about the need and demand of machine was also there, but it had impacted on our physical and our nature of the human body also. Okay, next one is the no common ground. This is actually a slide regarding to the literature, that actually the previous writers, they were having the different they cannot select it their style. What happened in the atmosphere of disillusionment, discontent and doubt, different authors showed different approaches towards life. Some lament the passing old values, some sense in the express the sense of nostalgia, and some were in the despair of the future, while others recommend reverting to artificial primitivism, and some concentrate on style. There is not a common ground. That is the reason they cannot produce so much effective work in this era. Now we are just going to towards ending the modern literature characteristic. So we can say that 20th century literature is a product of the tension, but it was unique. It is extremely fascinating and at the same time very difficult to evaluate. It is a record of uncoordinated efforts. All the writers who has worked in this era, they worked individually because they were not having common platform. It is not easy to divide it into schools and types, and it is full of adventures and experiments peculiar to the modern age. which is an age of transition and discovery. There is an undercurrent in which uh, runs parallel to the turbulent current of ideas which flows with a great impetuosity. So here we can say that what happened, actually we can say mismanagement or uncoordination, and a major reason of behind all this one is the impression of the First World War. Due to the World War, different countries fought with each other, and the reason is they were having the economical, social destruction at that time, and therefore they cannot work with the unity. So now I'm going to just wind up this one, that the overall views in front of you, that it was opposite from the Victorian age. Modern people were more rational rather than the Victorian, because they need proof, they need reason. We can say that they are the classist. Prose created the most bitter satire, realistic approach, and scientific fiction. Next, word first war and second create the chaotic situation in the society and literature, as well as an anti-war literature and absurd theater mean they worked over there, but they cannot work so as so much of high value. So characteristic again in front of you, that the loss of faith, the scientific methodology is preferred, reflection of modern chaos and confusion, the decay of plot and characters, and passion for humanity. And they rejected the humanity and they imposed the materialistic approach. They preferred the time, they preferred the money, and this is the reason they are totally changed from the past literature. Yes, very much important. In the Victorian age, we discussed art for art's sake in the aesthetic sense, in the aesthetic movement, but here they have replaced art for art's sake with the art for life's sake. In the art for art's sake, they were talking about the aesthetic and the beauty of nature, and they demanded to have some leisure time and to spend with yourself. But here they are saying that art for life's sake mean that what is important for life, you have to strive for it. So next we can say that the conclusion is overall they are talking about we can say the modern age is the age of machine, age of innovation, age of interrogation, age of war, age of disintegration, and age of the disillusionment. So this is all from my side. Hope it will be clear to you. Thank you. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.